Hi guys and welcome to my channel. So I have two holy makeup looks and I have 16 questions. So with one makeup look I'll be answering 8 questions, and with the second makeup look I'll answer the remaining 8 questions in the next video. And now all these questions are about like makeup and skincare and all of those kind of questions. So I'll do my makeup and I'll tell you what I'm using and all of that, and I'll answer questions as well. So I am starting with this Hydrofill moisturizer, which is what I'm using these days for my daytime moisturizer. Now right now the time is actually 6 PM, which is why I am not applying any sunscreen or anything with SPF. But if it is morning or daytime, I apply something with SPF or sunscreen on the moisturizer, but I'm not right now. I'll apply my primer, and the primer that I'm using is from Insight 3-in-1 primer. And I'm applying only on my cheeks and nose and my forehead a little bit. I'm not applying on all my face, all over my face. I'm taking this foundation from Maybelline from the Fit Me range, Natural Beige 220, and I'll apply that. This is a full coverage foundation, but I'm going to apply very little because I don't want too much foundation. So that's why I'm going to apply very little. Let me start with the first question, and the first question is moisturizer an important thing for people who have oily skin or acne prone skin? The thing is that you need to apply moisturizer no matter what your skin type is. Okay, also all these questions, most of them are from like a long time back. I had an Insta question answer type of a thing. So some questions are from that, and some questions are just like questions which are commonly asked, which I got from Google actually. So that's where I have my questions from. So yeah. So you need to apply moisturizer no matter what your skin type is. Personally, my skin type is oily and I have acne prone skin, but sometimes my skin also gets dry, but I still do use a moisturizer. The thing is, if you don't use a moisturizer and you have oily or acne prone skin, your skin will still break out and it's going to still be oily. But if you use a moisturizer, your skin will be less oily and more hydrated. If you go to any dermat you visit, they'll tell you the same thing, that applying a moisturizer or having a good moisturizer in your daily skincare is very important. Just for people with oily skin or acne prone skin, in your moisturizers you need to have like different set of ingredients compared to people with who have dry skin. So if you have extremely dry skin, you want to see that your moisturizer has emollients in it or humectants in it. Humectants are like glycerine. Whereas if you have more oily skin type or acne prone skin type, you want to make sure you have a lot of vitamin E in your moisturizer. You want to make sure your moisturizers are water based, not oil based or wax based, because oil based moisturizers for oily skin are very bad. So you want to make sure that you have water based moisturizers. I think there's a really good moisturizer by Neutrogena. I'll leave a link in the description box below of this moisturizer. It's a very good moisturizer and it is a water-based moisturizer. So if you have oily skin or acne prone skin, that's a very good moisturizer. And if you have dry skin type, any moisturizer which is like long lasting or is an emollient is a good moisturizer for you. After the foundation, I'm using a darker color compact powder, because actually this is the only darker color powder that I have, which I got by mistake, but it's a really good powder. Even if you're not wearing foundation, you can just use this powder. Okay, the next question is how often should I see your dermat? I think this someone asked me on Instagram. I think I remember very vividly. I remember someone asking me this on Instagram. You should see your dermat, I would say once a month or once in 3 months at least. For example, you have acne issues, or you have like very pigmented dark circles, or you're having some sort of ongoing active issue, I think it's a good idea to see your dermat once a month. And if you're not having any active skin issues, it's a very good idea to see your dermat at least once in 3 months. Just that you need to find a dermat who is really good. I have been to dermats who just like give you pills and you have to keep continuing them for a very long time, which is a problem because some pills are not good for your liver and stuff. That's what I found out with my own personal research that I did on Google. They're not good for your liver in order to take it like for 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, whatever. And the dermats who I went to previously, they gave me like these 2-3 pills really, and they were the same pills. And what used to happen is when I used to take those pills, my acne used to go, but when I stopped, they used to come back. And then one of my cousin sisters recommended this one dermat to me, and she was really good. You need to see a good dermat is basically my point, and you should see a dermat once a month if you are having issues, and if you're not having any active issues, it's good. It's a good idea to see your dermat at least once in 3 months, like I said. I'm not doing a very full-on makeup. I'm just doing thoda sa toned down makeup. I'm using this pink color blush, which is in the shade Dance Rose by Rose Blusher. This is the color. This third question also, I remember somebody asking me which skincare brand is the best brand, and so which skincare brand is the best brand? The thing is that every skincare brand will have some good products, and you need to see which product is working for you. It's kind of like all skincare brands are good, but you just need to see which product is suiting your skin, because sometimes they have some ingredients which don't suit our skin, and then you have breakouts or they don't work the way they are intended to work. In short, my answer is that you need to see products which work out for you. Not every single brand ki products are gonna work out for you, and that's just how it is. It would have been much easier if if people could just name one brand and then just go with that brand, whatever products they came out with, but it doesn't work like that. So you need to keep trying out new products. When new things come in the market, you just have to give them a try and see if it's working out for you. If it works out for you, good. If it doesn't work for you, oh well, try something else. That's really all I have to say. For my eyes, I'm using this light brown color as my crease color. I'm gonna do that first. The next question is, can anything be completely preservative free? And the answer is no. Nothing can be preservative free. The skincare is no different. The thing is, preservatives are used for molds, bacteria and fungus, okay? That's what you need a preservative for in your skincare ingredient. Now, if something is preservative free, you will have to either refrigerate it and use it very carefully and finish it very quickly, or you have to go with something that has a preservative so the molds and bacteria and fungus does not grow. The main thing that you should focus on when you're buying any skincare product is that there should be very less chemicals, very less fragrance or perfume, as they write it in the ingredients section. These are the things you need to focus on and make sure your skincare does not have. And you're good to go. Now I'm taking this darker brown and I'll be adding that on this part of my eye. And then I'll just blend it all out. With the same brown color, I'm going to do my under eye. So I'm just adding some color on my lower lid. Some color on my lower lid. So I've added some color on my edges. I have not gone all the way inside, because when you go all the way inside, your eyes look smaller. So yeah, I've not done that. Now I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrows and I'm gonna fill in some color, some dark brown. So this is the color that I'll be filling in, some dark brown. I have a Color Sense pencil. Now the next question is, why can I not control my acne? Acne is out of control. You can't control if you get acne or not. You can control things from your side as much as you can, in the sense, try not to eat a lot of dairy. If you're having a lot of breakouts, and especially during summers, we end up having a lot of breakouts, and if you're on your period or that time of the month, your breakouts will increase. So try to have less dairy products, try to have less sugar, processed sugar, less oily and junk food. I know it sucks, but you know, the things you do have to do for good skin. So yeah, try to avoid all those things. Go to a dermat, like I said. Check in with a dermat at least once a month if you have acne issues, and try to keep washing your face and applying water-based moisturizers on your face. Eat healthy, exercise, get enough rest. All these small factors, they actually come together and acne and it's just pop out on your skin. So just make sure you're taking care of these small things. So I have applied lashes, which I obviously had to do off camera. So I've done that. And now I'm going to add some highlighter. And the next question is how to become a MUA, makeup artist. To become a makeup artist, you just need to be good at makeup really, and you need to know the latest trends and what's trending, what's new in the market, what people are liking and all of that. If you are self-taught, good enough. Otherwise, join a nice class and get a certificate and then start working. Doing a course does not mean that you're going to start working immediately. So you need to learn makeup and then get a lot of experience, work in like Bollywood, not Bollywood, but like work in the industry, work as a bridal makeup artist, assistant makeup artist, whatever work you can do and whatever you want to do. And yeah, eventually people will start knowing you and you'll start getting recommended to other people by other people, and just that way. It's not that difficult. It is just a long, very long process, and you have to work very hard and be consistent, like in any other job, I think. I'm just adding some highlighter. I've not contoured or anything just because I was not in the mood to do that, so I just skipped that today. The seventh question is what are some good serums and oils for acne prone skin? Okay. If you have acne prone skin and you want to apply serums and all, you need to make sure that they are not oil based. They are all water based. Most serums are, but just, you need to make sure they're not oil based. It has to be water based. You want to try using serums which have hyaluronic acid, salicylic acid, which have niacinamide, even that's very good for your skin, which have what else? Which have tea tree oil extracts, or they have witch hazel oil extracts. Even rosehip oil is very good for your acne. That's what's very good for your skin. Also, I think more than serums, you should go for peels, which are AHA and BHA peels, which I think Minimalist has and also Dot & Key has. So they are really good products for people with acne prone skin. Also, lactic acid is very good for people with acne prone skin. It's a very gentle exfoliator, so it kind of just dries your skin off and peels it off, and new skin grows and your acne is reduced that way. So those are the things that I would recommend if you have acne prone or oily skin. So if you want, you can add the highlighter over here as well on your cheeks. Next and the last question that I'm answering with this makeup is, does makeup cause skin issues? Now, even when I take classes and all, people keep asking me this, that will makeup give me skin issues? Makeup will give you skin issues if you don't have any skincare beneath the makeup. If you have good skincare beneath the makeup actually makes your skin better. So makeup acts like a barrier and it keeps the skincare on your face. But if you don't have any skincare, because ultimately makeup is a lot of chemicals. So if you're just adding chemicals on your bare face, obviously you will have side effects, right? But if you have good skincare, you have your serums, moisturizers, all of that underneath your makeup, you're good to go. So you just want to make sure if you're applying makeup, if and when you're applying makeup, you have skincare beneath your makeup, and at night you take your makeup off with any gentle micellar water or coconut oil or anything that is very gentle on your skin. You don't want anything which you have to rub with a lot of force and your skin is getting hurt. You don't want to do that. You just want something which you can easily glide off your face and the makeup will come off. So you want something like that. Personally, I like to use coconut oil. It works really great for me. Now, the last thing I'm doing for my makeup is applying this lipstick. It's a brown lipstick and it's a mattifying lipstick. So this is the final makeup look, and And those were 8 questions which I answered. They were all like about skincare and makeup and like how to become a makeup artist and all of that. I answered to the best of my knowledge. And if you like this video, please subscribe and leave a comment below. Also, the second makeup look and the remaining 8 questions I will upload in the next video, which I hopefully will upload tomorrow. So that is it for the video. I will see you in the next video. Bye.